How's it going, folks? Pre-intro Jack here. Just a little heads up that we're going to be live streaming again today over on Twitch at twitch.tv/WorkTheSpace. That is going to be at 5:30 PM British Summer Time. Not doing Towel or Town though. Something new, something different. And it's going to be the start of a whole new Football Manager adventure. So I hope to catch you guys there. I hope you enjoyed today's episode as we take on Man City. And well, without further ado, roll the intro. What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 160 of Park to Prem here with Towel or Town. Today we are back for easily my most anticipated game of the season. We are, of course, going to be taking on Manchester City. We're taking them on at home, so, well, Mike Frost is not going to get the frosty reception he will in the reverse fixture. We are going to attempt to make him at home. Hopefully, we are going to continue on winning ways today. You may have caught it on the club profile screen. Kevin Kaiser listed as our key player. I feel like Frost is in shambles about this, but yes, Kaiser undoubtedly is just turning into an absolute colossus of a deep line playmaker. His regular first team football has helped to turn his vision and passing have been improving off the charts, and you kind of question, could he get to the point where he's breaking the charts? Could he become the player with the best vision in the world? Not even need laser eye surgery to achieve it. That's what he's going to be striving towards, I feel like, over the next couple of years, the 21-year-old. But anyway, we are back here. It is the end of September. It's not been too long since the last episode, which, of course, if you missed it, do go check it out. We were taking on Chelsea. We played some beautiful, beautiful football in that game. I was so happy with it. And, we are going to hope to do more of that today. I will say now, that game against Chelsea is probably the most impressive performance of the year, in my perspective. And certainly, I guess, over these last 4 games, we've not been exactly at our best. The good news is we are unbeaten in the Premier League, and in fact, we're unbeaten in all competitions. And we're also yet to concede in the league since the opening day of the season. That is going to be a tough ask to keep going today against Man City, but we are going to do our very bestest. And, well, let's talk about the game since you were last here. The first of these was against Birmingham City, a team who, well, they were promoted back to the Championship. We were taking on Tennell, our former man, who you will note here has been playing in centre mid for them. Very, very good player. Nice to see him playing some football. He's got a goal and 2 assists already, but he couldn't do anything to stop Cesar's header here. The ball whipped in, and, well, the Colombian at the back stick headed it goalwards, and, well, a great goal for him. A player who has been out on loan a couple of years, was brought in extremely cheaply, has developed so much in that time, and I have been very keen to give him first team football. He has started 1 game in the league. He has also come on off the bench 3 times. Yes, the rotation has been extremely heavy, lots of players getting subbed in and out, but to be fair, we've been pretty good all for it. Anyway, we then moved into the Champions League, where of course we are in a group with Fenerbahce, Lyon and Rangers. Lyon the most tricky of these opponents, and while we had them in the opening game away from home. A difficult fixture to start things, and, well, it was very difficult when they scored from a set piece after 21 minutes. They went a goal up, and, well, we sat through the first half, we sat through a lot of the second half, and then they scored from the penalty spot, courtesy of Thiago Almada. We made some changes. We switched to the 4-2-4. Yes, the roll of the dice commenced. Dylan Turnbull, with his first goal of the season outside of the Community Shield game, was a lovely little header at the back post. And, well, Cancina went from provider to goal scorer. A 92nd minute goal to make sure we got a share of the spoils. A lovely goal by him. And I will say now, he won man of the match in this match, but he hasn't been at his best in the league. But a flash of brilliance, a moment of brilliance, and ultimately coming on off the bench to get a goal and an assist, doing exactly what we want to see him doing. Of course, had that loan spell at Juventus last year, played 27 games this year, not hit the ground running in the league, but he is doing okay. And I guess whilst we're speaking about Juventus, it's worth mentioning how Mr. Norman is getting on, because Steve Norman's been on loan in Serie A, and so far, so very, very good. 2 goals and 4 assists to his name in 5 matches, getting that regular football that we want him to get. Hopefully he's really going to develop for it. And from it. Unfortunately for us, he is playing out on the right side of midfield, which I don't love. But if we just look at Mandelli, you can see why Norman might not be getting quite so much football as a striker when he's competing with this chap. But nevertheless, regular first-team football for him. Maybe he will follow in the footsteps of Cancina. And, well, I'll tell you who else is following in the footsteps of Cancina. It was Kaiser in the next game against West Ham. A good start to this game. Shvetsov with a goal in the first half, and in the second half, Kaiser with a thunderous effort to make sure of the win with 10 minutes left. It did ease my nerves in off the crossbar. He was loving it. I was loving it. And well, we just had one big party, another clean sheet, which was great to see. And going into the next game against Middlesbrough, I will hold my hands up and say I underestimated them a little. We did rotate the team. We brought in players like Caesar. You can see here we gave a debut to Hendrik Ankerson Lange, who is our third choice left back this year. A player who is going to need a little bit of game time to develop. I'm still a little unsure about exactly how much I can expect him to improve, but he made his debut in this game. It wasn't really a debut to remember. If we just go into the highlights, you'll notice in the bottom left, statistically, Middlesbrough had a lot of clear-cut chances, and to be honest, Morrigan to the rescue. And in fact, both keepers had a lot to do. Both ended up with 7.4 ratings, which is kind of unheard of. We did rescue the game, though, having gone a goal down via Luke Halford's goal. Andy Eric scored in the 87th minute at the back post. It went to a penalty shootout, and whilst Frost, he did miss, I'm not going to deny it, we did end up coming out victors. Leskinen with the all-important penalty. And, well, we go marching on in the EFL Cup. But that was a little less comfortable than I would like. Certainly raises some questions about how much we should really be rotating the team. The good news is, because we rotated the team so heavily, we come into today's game against Man City ready and raring to go. Unfortunately for us, Mateus Aurelio has been out for an extended period of time. He's been out with a twisted ankle, which is a bit of a recurring injury for him. Such a shame, because he started the league season so well. And so to have missed the last 4 or 5 weeks is a problem, I suppose. The good news is he's going to be back before too long. The bad news, he's not available for this game here. So as a result, Kevin Deacon has been playing semi-regularly as the left wing back, of course. The right wing back even, not even left wing back. He's played left wing back for all these years, and finally he's getting played in his natural position. He's not wowed me so far, unfortunately. To be fair, he's a backup player. It's good to have English players. I did notice a few comments on yesterday's video commenting on the lack of English talent in the team. We only have Deacon and Turnbull, really. That is something that I am looking to rectify. Of course, we've got some very exciting English players coming through our ranks, including Alex Boyo, who I really like the look of. He is a very intelligent footballer, very good defensively, great speed. Loads and loads of potential as well. I'm quite keen to see him develop, and it would not surprise me to see him in the first team towards the tail end of this year. He will certainly get first team opportunities as the season progresses. We are looking to make some moves in the market, but we'll talk more about them later. Let's just have a quick look at Ben, shall we? How is he getting on? He's doing okay. He only turned 17 recently. I'm so excited about this guy coming in. Unfortunately, we've still got to wait until the end of this year for the Frenchman to join us, but he's already now playing for the French under-21s, which is, of course, great to see. You can see the rotated team we played for the previous game. It was a weakened team against Middlesbrough, but we should have been winning in 90 minutes. But, well, we will hope that we can get another win today. This is the team that we are going to go with. It's going to be Morrigan in goal. You know what? So far, he's kept 5 clean sheets in 6 games. I know people like to suggest that we should, relieve him of his duties. We should replace him. I feel like he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. It's mad, really, that he doesn't get a chance with Spain at all. If we just look at the Spain national team goalkeeper, they have Benet Munoz of Real Madrid here. I feel like if you directly compare the two, they're slightly different. I guess Morgan has a slight aerial advantage. You would say that Munoz is slightly more well-rounded. However, he's not the same leader, and that's one thing that really Morgan brings into an extremely young team for us, is just that mentality, I suppose. We don't have a particularly old squad. That kind of experience that he brings is huge for us. And, we will hope that it can guide us well today. At centre-back, it's going to be Soretta and Markowski. They are kind of locking down this partnership at the moment. Vincent at left wing-back has continued on with his great start to the year. 2 assists in 5 games. We've rotated him out and in a little bit. The left wing-back position is extremely demanding in our system. Kaiser, our new key player, going to be playing that deep line playmaker role for us. Really, almost looking like the complete article at this point. He's got all the player traits that I would really want, for a deep line playmaker that comes deep to get the ball, that dictates tempo, liking to switch the ball across. He's got the passing range to do that, and he does it so well. Yeah, he really has been a surprise package so far this season. In the Mazzala roles, we are going to go with Claudio Holman, and alongside him, Andre. And I feel like we should just compare the two here. Of course, two players filling the same spot in our team. You can see here, Holman is kind of like Andre's bigger brother. That's how I view their relationship. But two players entering their primes now. You can see here, Holman 26, Andre 24. I feel like they could have a really long-term partnership together. Slightly ahead of them, we have Andy Eric, who has been playing more frequently as a centre attacking mid on the advanced playmaker duty. You can see here, a very, very good player, suits his role to a T, cultured, and I love him, and he's done well this year. He's been a bit of a surprise package. I am concerned about his contract expiring in 2 years' time. We have weighed up the possibility of getting him a new contract. You can see here he wants to be an important player. He wants £300,000 a week, and that puts him in the same realm as Holman. Now, last episode we went to offer Shvetsov a contract and I ballsed it up and I could have afforded it. The reality is I will probably end up extending Andy Eric's his contract. Hopefully we can get his demands down to £250,000 a week, but of course we've got loads of wiggle room in the wage budget to use. And whilst there are a few players who I am anticipating to ask for new contracts, for the most part, our players are on 4 to 5 year deals, so we can really stagger out these contract offers to make it a more gradual process as we do inevitably ramp up our wage budget. But anyway, that's him. Up top, it is going to be Shvetsov and Frost today. Shvetsov has continued his fine goal-scoring form, 8 goals in 6 league games. You will note here he didn't score against Birmingham. He did miss a penalty in that game though, so he had a chance to score in every league game so far, and he's going to be starting alongside Mike Frost, who is going to be, I think, the centre of attention today, playing against his former club. Has had a very, very minor decline in physical ability off the back of his hamstring injury he had over the summer. Still finding his feet a little bit, still finding his groove. He's not hit the ground running as I would have liked, but I feel like this is a chance for him to really prove his worth, a chance for him to find his feet. Elsewhere in the team, we've got Caesar on the bench, we've got Nico Roth, Makassi, Leskinen, Matasevic, Cancina and Turnbull. Our bench is now at a point where these were all players who were nailed on starters just a year or two ago. We have so many options on off the bench. If someone doesn't turn up, if someone doesn't perform, we can move him on. You can see here, Ashley Walker playing as the striker for Man City. That is his natural role. So far for him, 5 goals in 6 games. So he's going to be expecting to get on the score sheet again today. It's our job to try and cancel him out, and hopefully Frost is going to be the man to deliver for us today. So with that all in mind, let's get into this. I'm a little bit nervous, I'll be honest with you. I feel like this is the must-win game of the year. Last season we lost 1 league game all season, and of course it was against Manchester City. Today we are trying to avoid that. Today we are trying to make amends, I suppose, and well, let's see if we are capable of that. I want the unbeaten season. It's still very much on. We go into this game with 5 wins in 5. Man City come into the game with 5 wins in 5 as well, though. So everyone's winning, and this is one of the few chances where we can have a direct say in Man City hopefully slipping up, although looking at the early stages of this game, they have been the better team, and with that in mind, we're going to get shouty. Of course, we met them in the Community Shield final and lost very narrowly on penalties. We won't think back to it too much, although Vincent, he still has nightmares about the penalty miss, bless him. At the break, it's going to be 0-0. I mean, this could end up being a very short episode today if this doesn't spark into life in the second half. Not a great deal to write home about early on either, although you can see here both managers giving fantastic team talks. They've made a double change here. Vinicius Jr. coming on alongside Mbappe. Not bad impact subs to have. But, well, we've got a chance here. Vincent, or Vincent squared. I prefer Vincent, but I like his nickname and how it looks. He gives it to Holman, the 2 new signings linking up to Kaiser. Hits it, oh my word, Kevin Kaiser, the first real sight on goal all game. It's taken an hour. A game that's very much been battled out in the midfield. You can see here, Andy Eric hasn't had the best of games. I'm going to take him off. I'm going to move Holman higher up the pitch, and we're going to bring in Matasevic. I'm looking at Shvetsov thinking, do I want to take you out for Cancina or Turnbull? And you know what? I think I do. Let's bring in Dylan Turnbull. Dylan Turnbull, come on down. Show us what you're made of. A player who always gets goals against Man City. He got 2 against them in the Community Shield. We would love to see him turn up and start performing here today with 20 minutes left. We are going to have a set piece though to deal with here. Mbappe whipping it in, back post, headed over the bar. Morrigan, he looked confident in the fact it was over. In fact, he didn't even move. There's part of me thinking, do I want to go for the win here? Do I want to go for the jugular? In terms of the changes to make that happen, they're there. We can really make the options here. Andre's on a booking, so I think we'll take him off. Cancina comes in. We'll play him on the left, Matasevic on the right. This is the change we made against Lyon. It's the change we made against Middlesbrough. It served us well. And I think we're going to go with this team here. Look at that as an 11 to be taking on. Now, I could settle for the draw here, but that would be boring. I don't want to go unbeaten by drawing a load of games. I want to play to win each and every game. If it comes back to bite me, I will cry with 5 minutes left. Time trickling away. Is there one last chance? Is there a late sting in the tail? No. No. I mean, it wasn't the most entertaining of games, I'll level with you, so let's read through the stats. Markovsky made his 200th career league appearance. Can we have an ooh, please? Woo! Andy Eric made his 225th career appearance. And then, yeah, loads of milestones to do with Man City that aren't nearly as interesting. What an awful game that was. Mike Frost drawing blanks again, which is a little bit of a cause for concern. I mean, the good news is Shvetsov is scoring. The bad news is he didn't score there, did he? Holman out for a couple of days, which is fine. We make it 27 games unbeaten. I mean, that's pretty good. And to be fair, it is a 6th clean sheet in a row. So for all the Morrigan haters out there, you can flame him all you want, but he's only conceded 1 goal in 7. If we just look at how the league table is looking, we are joint top with Man City. You can see ourselves, Man City and Manchester United have all only conceded 1 goal. In some ways, it was predictable that it was going to finish 0-0, wasn't it? Let's see how Manchester United get on in their game this weekend. They are going to be taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers, a team that we will hope can do us a favour here because, well, if they fail to do so, Manchester United will go top of the league by 2 points, and I will be a bit sad. I mean, the good news is we're still unbeaten, which I suppose is something. Can Wolverhampton Wanderers do us a favour? No, they got spanked. Chelsea, by the way, down in 5th. They're a little bit, I don't want to say they're in danger. That's way too premature to be saying that, but I'm sure that they would want to be right at the top of the table fighting amongst ourselves and the Manchester clubs, towards the top end of the Premier League. You can see here, they are currently 5 points behind us. And, well, goal difference-wise, you can see there are 3 teams leading the pack. It does look like ourselves, Man U and Man City, are going to be the teams dicing it out for the title, at least at this very early stage. You can see we don't play Manchester United until way back in December time. So in terms of when we'll be back, I'm not entirely sure. Arsenal haven't been particularly good recently. Tottenham haven't been causing us a great deal of problems. It's been a little while since we've done a game against a team that we might expect to beat. So with that in mind, we may well come back for the game against Birmingham in the EFL Cup. It could be an interesting chance to see us against Sami Tunnell. Sheffield United have been doing well until this year. Bournemouth as well. Or even Rangers potentially. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see. I feel like this is one of those times where there isn't a game that jumps out at me. I'll see how we're getting on. I'll look at the results. Who knows? Maybe I'll find that we go on a nice little run and I don't want to stop playing and start recording. And I will just join you in December time in a couple of months' time. But anyway, guys, that is going to be all from me today. Thank you so much for your support on this series as always. A little bit concerning that Mike Frost hasn't found his groove, but I do feel like it's a case of giving him time, being patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. And, he has been opening up opportunities for Shvetsov. That, there is no doubt. 8 goals in 9 games kind of speaks for itself at this point. So anyway, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you for your ongoing support on the series as always. You guys are absolute legends. And other than that, it is me, Jack. I'm sorry it was 0-0. We'll do better next time. And I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.